Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ. Today I'm super excited to share with you guys how to write advanced statement in IELTS writing task 2. Today's topic is personal viewpoint, which I'm gonna focus on completely agree. So now let's begin. To begin with, let's have a quick look at the action plan. There are 3 steps to follow. Step 1, task analysis. Step 2, outlining. Step 3, writing. All of these steps I'm gonna detail one by one later. So now let's move on. Now let's move to the action plan. As previously mentioned, there are 3 steps to follow. First and foremost is step 1, task analysis, which is the pre-writing stage. Let's have a look at the exercise. For subject or question is about 8. Next is type of essay. It's a personal viewpoint essay. Then regarding the style, I agree completely with the given statement. Finally, the summary section is required the opinion. Alright, let's proceed to the next step. Step 2, outlining. There are 3 crucial items here: introduction, idea, and summary. First of all, introduction. In the introduction, you should include 2 things. 1. You should include the paraphrase of the question. 2. You should include your stand after the paraphrase there. You agree completely with the statement. Turning to idea. Since you totally support the statement, you should include 3 supporting ideas with clear explanation and example. After that, you should include one with opposing idea and reject it later to demonstrate that you consider both sides solve the issue. Finally, summary. In personal viewpoint essay, it's a must to include your opinion. Step 3, writing. Here I divided writing tasks into 3 sections: introduction, idea, and summary. First, let's begin with the introduction. To utilize time efficiently, your introduction should be both paraphrase of the question and your complete full word statement. Please keep it short and precise. Let's learn how to write straightforward introduction altogether. The question is, rich country often give money to poorer country, but it does not solve poverty. Therefore, developed countries should give other types of help to the poor country rather than financial aid. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So how did I write the introduction? I wrote my introduction as, there is a claim stating that monetary donation is not always an efficient method to deal with poverty eradication. Rather, other alternatives shall be taken into consideration. I firmly approve of this statement and I will explain why. As you see in the first sentence, I try not to repeat every single word from the question. While in the second sentence, I precisely state my stand that I approve of the statement completely with certain reasons that would be explained in the essay. This is a rather short yet clear introduction that can guide the reader what the topic is about and whether I agree or disagree with their claim. One takeaway from this section is, remember to keep the introduction short yet straightforward by including both paraphrase of the question and your complete full word statement. Next, idea. Ideas are a core section of the essay. Here are some strategies to write a convincing personal viewpoint essay when you agree with the statement completely. First, you should include 3 supporting ideas, and each idea should be well explained with concrete examples. In the exercise, I write 3 main supporting ideas. Supporting idea 1 is taxation and foreign direct investment. This is a good alternative aid because it is advantageous for both local residents and national economy. Some examples are job opportunity, broader markets, and increase of productivity. Supporting idea 2 is human resource development. This form of aid is beneficial for the poor nation because it enhances advanced skill, experience, and knowledge in the poor nation. This can be undertaken under scholarship or exchange program. Supporting idea 3 is technical support. The type of support can guarantee high quality standard, as you can see in some infrastructure projects. Second, you should include one weak opposing idea and reject it later to convince the reader that your essay is considered both sides, but not one side. In the exercise, I included the idea that money is easy to use. Then I report that bad financial management such as corruption, poor financial management, and irresponsibility may lead the country to remain poor. One takeaway from this section is remember to include 3 supporting ideas and a weak opposing idea to make your essay more convincing. The first supporting idea is tax incentive and foreign direct investment. Let's have a look at my example. As you see, I firstly introduce the idea by simply using a clear opening. Possibly, the first potential act would be, this is such a clear message to guide the reader what I was about to introduce. Then I began to explain why the idea is good for both local citizens and country economy. What even more convincing is the example. I also show some examples that may occur as a result of this form of aid. 3 takeaways from this section are 1. Introduce the idea with clear opening. 2. Explain the idea. 3. Include examples to show clear evidence to the reader. The second supporting idea is human resource development. Similar to the previous idea, I click on the description with an opening, another further up, to guide the reader attention to move to the next idea. Then I explain why this idea may work to improve human resource conditions in the poor country. To do this, I included the example that may enhance human resources such as scholarship program and exchange expertise. Remarkably, the sentence structure here is relatively sophisticated with a long compound complex sentence. One takeaway from this section is remember to write a more complex yet understandable sentence. The third supporting idea is technical support. I started the idea with a sentence connector, last but not least, to inform the reader that this is my last supporting idea. Then I follow a similar strategy to the previous idea to explain why the idea is reasonable with concrete example. One interesting lesson learned here is an abundance of vocabulary. I try to use as many advanced vocabularies as possible to impress the reader how broad my vocabulary bank is. One takeaway from this section is remember to use an abundance of vocabulary. The fourth idea in the body paragraph is rebuttal. To introduce the opposing idea, I simply use an opening. I do acknowledge that. To inform the reader that I understood that some people may think monetary aid is good, and then I rejected this idea by pointing out some negative aspects of poor financial management in the developing countries, such as corruption and irresponsibility. This section is important to convince the reader that this writing is not only convincing, but also well considered both sides. One takeaway from this section is remember to include a weak opposing idea and reject it later. Finally, the last part of essay writing is summary section. I firstly click on summary writing by using a sentence connector in summary to signal the reader that it's the final section of the writing. Then I included my opinion on other forms of aid. One takeaway from this section is when dealing with a personal viewpoint essay, please remember to include your opinion in the summary section. Okay, now let's have a look at my full-length writing sample. Please pause the video to read it and identify how I approach this task effectively. Well, now it's time to recap all the takeaways from this video. First, task response. 1. Try to respond on the point in the question. 2. Provide 3 ideas to support your stand, and it should be clearly explained with evidence. 3. Include a weak opposing idea and reject it later to demonstrate examiner that your essay is considered both sides. 4. Make sure you write at least 250 words. If not, you will lose marks. Second, coherence and cohesion. 1. Write a short yet clear introduction by simply paraphrasing the question and stating your stand clearly. 2. Make sure you employ appropriate sentence connector to link from one idea to the other. Third, lexical resource. Try to demonstrate your powerful word bank to examiner by employing a wide range of vocabulary in a more sophisticated way. The advanced vocabulary from this practice is listed as follows. Fourth, grammatical range and accuracy. 1. Be flexible with tense use. 2. Maximize complexity of sentence structure, such as compound, complex, rather than merely simple sentence. Well, now it's come to the end of the section. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.